What's up, y'all? It's your boy Brent Taylor. Welcome to a new episode of Story Timing. All right, and this story right here is about the time that I had to buy rocks. Yeah, and y'all know what I mean when I say rocks. I ain't talking about the kind you throw at the lake. I ain't talking about the kind you throw at your friends passing by. I ain't talking about the kind David threw at Goliath. I ain't talking about the kind that go with roll. I ain't talking about music. I'm talking about rocks. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, the time I had to buy rocks, okay, there's this lady who's a friend of the family, okay? You know how when you have somebody that's kind of like an auntie, but they not really auntie? Like, this lady is not my mom's sister. She's not my dad's sister. She's really not related to anybody in my family. But she's auntie. And one day I'm over at auntie's house. I've known this lady for years. And she's mad cool, mad professional. That's the crazy part. Mad professional. People on rocks ain't always what y'all thinking. They not always somebody underneath a bridge or somebody in jail or somebody doing bad on their last leg or nothing like that. It's the reason why it was an epidemic for rocks. It was a whole era just for rocks. And people was getting rich. Something was happening right, I think. Like, everybody had gold chains on. They still got shows now. Power, Raising Cane, and BMF. All these shows, they slanging rocks. And this was a real thing that was happening, and it's still happening. It's still happening. It's 2024, and ironically, it's people still on rocks, okay? So, there was a time I'm around auntie, and like I said, auntie is such a dope spirit. She a dope spirit. Got a great job. Great job. All right. And I'll just say she works for BET, the National Congressional Caucus, NAACP, NCAA, NFL. She has many jobs for many organizations. Okay. She is a super executive. But auntie do rocks. And here's another thing that I'm learning. Yo, I ain't never did rocks before, but I imagine they do something powerful. They must do something powerful. Like, you got cigarettes, you got, a little reefer. People be doing alcohol, but rocks seem to be doing something powerful. Like, when somebody on rocks. People can have drinks and you don't really know it. I smoke and I see people smoking all the time. Other than like looking at their eyes or smelling it or they laughing a little bit, ain't really too much, you know what I mean? Rocks is powerful though. Rocks is very powerful. Anybody with a job, get him rocks and then see how they gonna act. I'm just saying. And it's gonna be powerful. I don't know whether it's gonna be good or bad, but I know it's gonna be powerful. If you had a pastor at church, and your pastor been preaching this whole time, just delivering that word. And one day your pastor come in and he just smooth off rocks. Ain't no telling what kind of words you gonna get. You feel what I'm saying? James Brown, the godfather of soul. One of the best performers, artists, singers, dancers of all time. Of all time. I mean, this man was colder than Elvis, colder than Michael Jackson, colder than Usher, Chris Brown, whoever you name. James Brown was colder than them for years and years and years. He started doing rocks. He had one interview just off rocks. He looked like a villain on Superman. That's how powerful them things was, yo. You can Google it right now, YouTube it, however you want to do it, and you'll see James Brown. Just one interview. He just rocked up. That's how powerful these things are, is what I'm telling you. If you a superhero, Superman, give Superman some rocks. He gonna be a whole different Superman. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if he gonna be good or bad, but he just gonna be powerful. I don't know how auntie climbed to the levels and the heights of where she is in life, but she climbed all the way to the top. Some of your favorite things that you see and do, auntie got a dibble and dabble in it. And not only auntie, there's a lot of people off rocks. I'm just saying. It's not like it's one motherfucker on rocks and he just serving every, you know what I'm saying, nah, it's hell of them. Hell of people on rocks. And it's doing something powerful for them. Something powerful for them. I see some beautiful women just come in and just get rock steady in front of me. Just sit there right in front of me. I've seen beautiful people, smart, intelligent people. I don't know what's in it. I don't know what it does. I just know it's powerful. Anyway, back to Auntie. So I'm at Auntie's house. I'm telling you, I was just there to hang out with Auntie. And there's nothing, I knew Auntie was about them rocks, but I never seen Auntie do them rocks. Not live. So I'll be around her all the time, known her for years. And we just hanging out, kicking it. I think I just came from a show, so I was probably tired. It was late, getting late about 1 or 2. And, I'm smoking a blunt like normal, trying to wind down. See, when I smoke, I do it to wind down. It calms me. This is how I relax my nerves and shit. Shit, I might get sedated to the point I might fall asleep, might get hungry, all kind of shit. I might listen to you talking to me after I smoke a blunt. Anything. Things just open up and get a little better. Well, I was smoking. I remember that. And I remember it was me and his auntie and a couple of her homegirls. And they were pretty. They were very pretty ladies too. And I remember, I passed the weed around. Hey, y'all want to hit the weed? And to my surprise, Auntie said, no, I'm fine. I'm fine, nephew. And then her fine-ass homegirl said, no, we good. I said, all right. I seen some smoke in the air, so I didn't think too much of it. Then I hear a couple lighters sparking off. Psh, psh. I still didn't think too much of it. Normally, when you smoke a blunt, you just need to tsh one time. But when you keep hearing shit, tsh, 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 fuck. So I'm starting to hear the soundtrack of my nightmares. I'm starting to hear the soundtrack of the 80s, but I'm not catching on. I'm like, nah. Usually people who do rocks, they don't do it in front of people who don't do rocks. That's kind of like an unwritten rule. Well, Auntie got to firing that motherfucker up. She pulled out the glass pipe. I stopped hearing it and started seeing it. I'm smoking, and I remember she just right in front of me having a conversation. She was talking to me about the police, obviously. She was like, yeah, police is out here just really wilding right now. They pulled over my nephew the other day, Brent, and your cousin was really upset about it. He did not appreciate. And I just remember she just casually just hit the rocks right in front of me, my dude. Like, hit it. Cold, just. She even had a little glass that she kept dipping she would dip it into like a glass with some ice cubes or something and shake it and rock up some more right in front of a nigga. She didn't even have to go to the stove. She was rocking the shit right in front of me, just. And then finished talking to me. Now, here's another thing. I'm grown, y'all. And I think that I'm a thug. I swear I'll be thinking I'm a gangster. Like, I was low-key one of the leading prospects for gangs when I was young. I was one of the leading prospects. You know how you got like hoopers and shit like that? Like, nigga, I was supposed to be the #1 draft pick. I just went a different route. I just did, but my heart was still there. My heart's still in the gang. I just didn't join, but my heart was there. I always feel gangster, basically what I'm telling you. Even though I'm not in a gang, I always feel gangster. And I just remember just sitting there, smoking a blunt, Auntie and her fine-ass homegirls, just sitting there, just hitting a pipe and passing it around. They even passed it to nephew, you want some? Nah, I'm good. You ever try to give somebody a cool reason for not doing something because you still want to be cool? That was me. They was hitting these rocks and they brought the pipe on. I was like, nah, you know what? Pfft, man, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. I was like, man, my girl is bigger than me. And then I just handed it to her. I didn't know what. It was like, what? I was like, shit. They kept hitting it though. They kept hitting the rocks. Here's another thing. When people do rocks, time and space all disappear, yo. People who own rocks can do rocks forever. And it's like you in a time, like the metaverse or something. Like you're not in real time. You in a parallel universe. Like you came here in regular time, but since they start doing this is a whole parallel universe. You start seeing everything seeing crackheads from a long time ago, from years and years ago, and seeing smokers of the future. I'm starting to see smokers in the future I ain't even met yet. They ain't never seen. Like you just in a whole metaverse. Time just disappeared. I thought it was like 12, 1 o'clock when I went to Auntie's house. Very quickly. It was morning. Looked like noon. Looked like it got night all over again. The same people were sitting in front of me. They didn't eat. They didn't drink. But they was rocked up. By now, I'm starting to run out of my weed. It's getting late. I want to leave. I was about to leave. Auntie, I'm out, man. I got to go home. I can't do this. Auntie said, I got one thing for you to do, though, nephew. I said, what's that? She said, I need you to go downstairs. And she went in her purse. She said, hey, I need you to buy this for me. And I knew what my thing was. I knew what I had to do. I had to go get these rocks. Like Postmates. I had to Postmate some rocks. She was like, he's downstairs right now here. So she gave me the money. I wanted to look gangster, though. My dumb ass. I wanted to stay in gangster mode. I didn't want to. Nah, all right. I didn't even blink. As soon as she said, she was like, can you go down and get these rocks for me? Here's the money, baby. I said, sure, hell yeah, Auntie, for sure. Who do I look for, though? Who am I looking for? Like, she immediately told me, she said, it's going to be a white car. You're going to see a white car, white Toyota when you go downstairs. I said, okay, all right, for sure. All right. Now, I done did a couple deals before. I know how these things go. You find the car. You look for somebody that's kind of, that look like they don't, you know what I'm saying? That look like they the man. They look like they in pharmaceuticals. I think I could figure this. I've done this before. I said, all right. On my way out the door, she does one of these, though. She said, you'll know when you see him because he only has one arm. Then she closed the door. Close. So now I'm walking downstairs of a huge apartment complex looking for a white Toyota. All right. But a nigga with one arm that's in it and selling rocks. All right, bet. So I go downstairs. I even got my gangster stroller, gangster walk and everything. I'm still looking hard. I look, I see somebody, see a black dude. Oh, okay, he in a white Toyota. I walk over there to him. He had his bitch with him. I get over there to him. I lean in. Remember this, people, if you don't know the rules, know the rules. I leaned in, but kept my money in my hand. As soon as I leaned in, hey, yo, what's up? He was like, he was a little startled. I'm thinking, oh, well, maybe because he don't know me, because I don't be buying rocks like this. So maybe that's why. Well, I mean, you don't want to startle the man too much because you might get drawn down on. So I was like, yo, what's up? And then he looked back, he said, what's up? Immediately I knew this can't be the dude because he had his arms crossed. So I saw two elbows. So this can't be him. My bad. What's up, bro? Oh, what's up, man? What's up, bro? Hey, you Brent Taylor? You from Roast Me? Yeah. What's up, man? Nice. Okay, that's what's up. Forget about it. I walked around, kept walking. I finally see another white Toyota. Okay. I see a dude. He like this, posted outside of his window on the door. He like this. He had one hand on the steering wheel. It just had his nub out. Had his nub out the window. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's gotta be him. Sure. I walk over to him to do the traditional switcheroo. You know how whenever you're doing dealings like this, it usually goes with a handshake. The money and the loot gets transferred in one hand. And then, all right, then, watch out. Well, this is where I got nervous because as I got closer and closer, I started to realize, how am I going to make this shake smooth like this if this nigga only got one arm. Like, I know that he got one on, like, he still got one good one, but he had it on the steering wheel. And then ain't you supposed to, like, I don't know, ain't your rock supposed to be in that hand? Hey. So I walked up to him, sure enough, I had my money in one hand. But I was like, I don't know if he could. So I switched hands and put the money in my left hand, went like this, bam, slapped hands with his real hand, got the rocks, and then with my free hand, I just and mushed the money on his nub. So he was like, bang, dollars on his nub. And I was just like, all right. I figured that was how much it cost. I wasn't like, nigga, that's my next question. How you count money with one arm, bro? Do you just be like but I didn't want to watch him count it because I thought that would be more uncomfortable and awkward, watching a one-armed man count money from rocks awkwardly with one. Like, nigga, he might drop the money or something like that, or fumble it. It could go down. That would be awkward and weird too. Bending down to help another man pick up his money for rocks because he got one arm. And then, are we supposed to both stay in gangster mode when you doing weird, funny shit like that, dropping your money and your rocks in front of me with your one arm? You can't have the thing. I could have probably just took the shit because ain't no way in hell you got drugs, money, and the strap on you where you about to draw down on somebody. So yeah, I just threw the money on his chest like a stripper. You know how you just put money right there on the cleavage sometimes? I tucked the money and just like kind of balled it up and threw it and just laid it on the nigga chest and just, hey man, appreciate it, dog. Good looking. And I gave him an elbow bump on the way out too. I did. Or a nub, like, you know how you be like, all right, my dude. All right, my boy. Well, this was like right around COVID, and we wasn't really touching hands, so everybody around that time was usually getting the bow. So after I put the money on his chest, I hit him with the bow, like, all right, my dude, and that was it. And that was the time I bought rocks.